It's time for Fat Dude Digs Flicks with your host, Andy the Fat Dude. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Fat Dude Digs Flicks. I am the resident Fat Dude, Andy, coming to you recorded from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And this week, I have a double feature for you. We live in a very exciting era. It's a time when you don't necessarily have to go to the movie theaters to be able to get the entertainment that you want. There are movies being released on video on demand on a pretty much daily basis. Home entertainment like DVD and Blu-rays are just fantastic, even though there are people that say, why buy things when you can just stream them? It takes up a lot less space because of special features, you bitch. But we live in an era where you can see a movie that has just come out in theaters at home. You don't have to go to the trouble of going out to see it. And sometimes if you live in a limited market, you may not get that exposure. Also, filmmakers are taking their projects to streaming sites. Netflix is a huge corporate entity, and it is throwing money at filmmakers and TV shows and things like that to try and get great original content on its streaming site, which is awesome for subscribers. But there are people that take issue with that. Directors like Christopher Nolan, who says he will never work with Netflix. I think that's silly. I think saying never is a bad idea, because what if you have the opportunity to do something that would play really well to a home audience? I saw Dunkirk in theaters. It was a visual spectacle that really played well on the big screen, but with a good home theater system, I think it still would have been just fine. So we're kind of hypocritical here. We want our streaming networks to be able to provide us with good television, but yet when it comes to movies, we're kind of like, no, that should be saved for the theater. If it's good, we should be able to see it however the filmmaker wants us to see it. If Netflix is the company that pays for the rights to produce it, they should be able to put it on Netflix, and we shouldn't have to deal with uppity filmmakers. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Christopher Nolan. I like Christopher Nolan. That's kind of snobby. We shouldn't have to deal with other people criticizing filmmakers for their choice to bring it to home first, or bring it to home as it's being released in theaters. I think it gives people the opportunity to see it. How do we market these movies that aren't going to be showing up in theaters? I think maybe commercials on television would be a good idea. Maybe they do that. I don't know. I don't have cable. I think that it's a problem right now because it's in the formative stages. I think as we go along through time, this will be something that gets better. So when a distribution company has the ability to purchase it and put it on streaming, that's really good for us. So we need to take advantage of that. Don't just watch Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, the Marvel TV shows that are on Netflix. Watch the movies too, because somewhere in there, there's something really good. We should probably get right into it. Here we go. There's no taco here. I'm not eating a taco. I have 0 tacos in my hand. That's because I'm fucking reviewing Kuso. Kuso is available on Shudder. Shudder is a streaming site that is exclusively horror films, and Kuso is a movie that is created by Flying Lotus. He is a DJ/rapper who created a film and sold it to Shudder. When Kuso played at the Sundance Film Festival, about 20 people walked out. I can see why. Now, this isn't a matter of personal taste. This is just in general, what the fuck is this? Kuso is a gross-out thriller. I think thriller might even be pushing it. I think Kuso is more of just a gross-out horror movie. It's not. It's just disgusting. Kuso's focus is on erections, ejaculation, shit, leprosy. I think it's leprosy, because they are all bumpy and they have weird little, and I was like, that looks like acne. But it's not acne. It's gross, and I'm sure it could lead to worse things. This movie is terrible. This movie is god-awful. I don't get it. I was reading some articles about this movie, and the director said that you will never see black actors in a horror film like this. No, you won't. Because I'd like to think that our more reputable black actors would be a little bit more selective with their choosing skills. This is a terrible movie. It is available exclusively on Shudder. I don't know why anyone would want to watch it. I don't really know why I felt the need to watch it. I think it's because I am partially drawn to movies like The Human Centipede and Martyrs and a Serbian film. Movies that push that line as far as you can, but then they have some kind of story or message that kind of links everything together. I don't know what Kuso is trying to do. I guess they just like throwing poop. I don't have any tacos for you, Kuso. I think it would make me sick. Which brings me to my second movie, which is Okja. Okja is directed by Bong Joon-ho. It is the story of a genetically enhanced super pig that is raised for the sole purpose of providing the best meat. Yeah, I'm still eating a taco while I'm talking about Okja, but if you look, there's no meat on this taco. Okja! The main crux of Okja is that there are these many super pigs that are being raised across the world, over the entire planet, and they're trying to find out which pig is being raised the best. That pig gets sent to New York for a special extravaganza before they kill it and eat its meat. There is a animal liberation group that helps to break Okja out. There is a little girl who is the granddaughter of the farmer who's been tasked with raising Okja. There are so many great characters in this movie. That's one of the things I want to talk about first with this second taco. The acting in this movie. Now, I can imagine that some people will say, what? But I think these extreme characters call for extreme acting. And I think you're getting some really great work from people like Jake Gyllenhaal and Tilda Swinton, even though their characters are dialed up just a bit higher than usual. What Okja does really well is it makes you care about these supplementary characters just as much as the main characters, even if they don't get a lot of screen time. It's because these characters are driven. They're being performed by people that have pretty high talent. It's something special to watch. They care about what's going on, and they help make you care about what's going on. You feel it, and it gets you really in tune with this movie. At the core of that, you have to care about Okja. If you don't care about Okja, none of this is going to matter. But the effects were so good, and the connection to Okja was so good, that it really makes you, as an audience member, feel for this pig. That when it gets to the final moments of the film, last half hour or so, once Okja gets to New York and other stuff, you really care about Okja's well-being. And that, if you're anything like me, makes you really question a few things. You know, the big hubbub on social media right now is how people are going to be vegan now because they've seen Okja. I get it. I feel for that pig too. I don't want him to die so that I can eat something and a little girl loses her pet super pig. I don't want that. If a work of fiction can make you care that much about a character that you're going to alter your diet, that's something that means a movie is really well done. You don't see a whole lot of that. And for a film like this to do something like that, a film that's exclusively on Netflix, that's kind of a big deal. So, good job, Okja. I had tofu tacos last week. Tofu tacos. And they were good. I don't think I ever would say that. Aside from its acting, aside from its effects, the story is really well written. One of my complaints with this film, though, I think that maybe it even would have been more successful if they would have shot for it to be a family film, because then you're getting kids young, which sounds like propaganda, which it kind of is. But I think doing so makes kids care about the character. And when kids care about the character, they're going to think about that. And that's going to be this big, expanding idea, which I think is the whole purpose of the movie. But writer Jon Ronson and Bong Joon-ho have crafted a script that involves a lot of obscenities. Again, I'm not the dude to critique something because they want to say fuck, because I've said fuck like, I don't know, 5 times already. Without hesitating. If you're trying to sell a motion picture, you need to think about your potential audience as well. What is your main message? In a movie like this, I think it could really reach out to youngsters. That's my one criticism. Just change the language a little bit and you'll have something that really can be cross-generational that will be shown for years and years. Bong Joon-ho could have had his own E.T. on his hands, but instead, he's got, I don't know, something, E.T. with bad words. I didn't think that one through, but I still said it. So overall for Okja, I give it a 4 taco rating. It is a wonderful film that I don't know if I said enough about how much I loved Okja. It's great. It is a really heartwarming, emotional film that kind of makes you reconsider the whole eating meat thing. It did for me, so, and I'm fat. Like, there's part of me that wants a burger with blue cheese and bacon right now, but Okja. The difference between Okja and Kuso is that some streaming networks are really pumping a whole lot of effort and money into producing quality work, while other ones are just kind of like, oh, yeah, I'll buy that. And maybe I'm the wrong audience for Kuso. Maybe there are people that really liked it, and I'm just not getting it. I really didn't get it. I really don't understand what the draw is and what the appeal is. And it makes you kind of scratch your head wondering what Shudder saw in it and why they would pick up this film. Netflix is doing things right. Netflix is producing great television and, with Okja at least, great films. Shudder is streaming some great classic horror films, but it looks like they have a little bit of work to do as far as it goes with original content. We'll see what happens as the years go on. So that's going to wrap it up here for Fat Dude Digs Flicks Taco Tuesdays movie reviews. To give you a little quick rundown one more time, Kuso gets 1/2 taco, Okja gets 4 tacos. You can clearly see the difference there. I'm giving Kuso that 1/2 of a taco because I like Hannibal Buress, and he does a voice for a character in there. The movie's shit, and a half taco's not going to help. You can follow me on various social medias such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, all by searching for Fat Dude Digs Flicks. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher Radio, also under Fat Dude Digs Flicks. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, let me know. Do a little typing and tell me what you'd like to see and what you'd like to talk about. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your week.